Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have polishes to share with you for polish pickup for the month of May. Now, this month's theme is It Came From Outer Space, which is really interesting because I feel like past themes are always more specific. Like, I know in the past, I think we had like a flowers theme, so it was just like limited to like one sort of item, I guess, if that makes sense. But the polishes that you are going to see are extremely gorgeous, so the makers did a fantastic job with their imagination with creating these polishes. Now, if you haven't heard of what Polish Pickup is, it's a monthly collab between indie makers. They come together, then they create limited edition items. So a lot of people know Polish Pickup for the nail polish, but there's also hand care, cuticle care. There's like little trinkets, toys, apparel, so many different items. Everything is obviously homemade or handmade. Now, Polish Pickup is a monthly occurrence, so every month there is a new theme that the makers work off of. Certain items will have a cap, meaning that only a certain amount of those items are created, and once they sell out, that is usually it. You can't get your hands on it again. If you follow their Facebook group, sometimes the makers will add additional product. So if you're not following the Polish Pickup Pack on Facebook, make sure that you do. It's great because you can see other people who have posted what they purchased. There is a inventory of what's available, how many polishes or items of something are left. Polish Pickup always opens the first Friday of every month, and they close that following Monday. All right, I have a lot of polishes to share, so let's get into the swatches. First up, we have Cadillaquer, and this is Calvin, priced at $14, and there is no cap. This one is inspired by the movie Life. It is a light blue magnetic in a red, orange, yellow Aurora Shimmer base. Look at that magnetic pull. It is strong, let me tell you. This one built up beautifully for me. I did end up going with 3 coats just to deepen up the base a little bit more, but the magnetic pull, you can see it just doing its own thing. It's magical. Cadillaquer makes some amazing magnetics. You don't have to think twice about having to hold the magnet on forever. You can see here on the second coat that it actually builds up pretty well to full coverage or full opacity, but the longer that you leave the magnet on, the more concentrated that strip is going to be, and it's going to pull the polish towards that magnet. So I did go in for the third coats just to build up my base a little bit better, and I was in love. I love that vibrant base. You have like that reddish, orange, coppery, brownish sort of base, and then that bright blue contrasting magnetic strip. I love contrasting polishes, especially for magnetics and especially for like glitter polishes. I love those. I just think it's fun. It gives a fun spin on the nails, and it is like the center of attention of like your entire outfit are your nails because they're just so contrasting. This one is definitely a fun polish. I appreciate that the magnetic pull is super strong, so I don't have to do much and I don't have to leave the magnet on for a long time. I get this beautiful look with the least amount of work. Pictured are 3 coats of Cadillaquer Calvin with a glossy top coat. Moving on to Garden Path Lacquers, and this one is Century's Secret Societies, priced at $13.50, and there is no cap. The maker was not only inspired from images from space, but also the song Space Dog by Tori Amos. This one is a white jelly base filled with a strong red-orange shifting shimmer and sparkling rose coppery micro glitter. So I like on the website, it says a perfect, not a boring neutral, and this is definitely my sort of neutral. Definitely something fun and sparkly with a mixture of everything in there. I built this one up in 2 coats. I think longer nails you might want to do a 3rd coat just to give you full coverage, full opacity. The glow factor is absolutely amazing. Garden Path Lacquers has been doing such a great job with their PPU polishes in general these past few months. They've just been so beautiful. The glow, the micro glitters, everything about it I am in love with. This is a perfect polish to wear when you just want to wear something not too bright for the summertime, when you just need like a cleanser, or what do you call those again? A palette cleanser. There we go. This would be a palette cleanser for me because I'm not one to wear just like regular cream nudes. I need a little fun, little something extra in there. This is stunning. Pictured are 2 coats of Garden Path Lacquers, Century's Secret Societies with a glossy top coat. Next up is Jen & Barry's, and this is Mind Melt, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 450 bottles, and it's inspired by the Vulcan Mind Meld, performed in Star Trek, which I haven't watched any Star Trek. I don't plan on it because it's just not my kind of thing. My show, my TV show, whatever it is, movie, no offense to anybody who likes Star Trek, but just not for me. This one is described as an inky base with a magnetic aqua blue purple shimmer. Of course, I forgot it was magnetic, so I put the magnet right under, but it did an amazing job of pulling right away. So when magnetized, it does have a subtle deep violet shimmer, and it shows off a rainbow of iridescent micro flakies. This polish is definitely much more opaque than the magnetic polishes that you've seen so far. So I would definitely recommend holding your magnet on for a little bit longer so you can make sure you get that beautiful like aqua sort of pull that you see on the nail. And definitely work with thin coats too, because you don't need a lot of this polish to reach full opacity. Long or short nails, 2 coats is going to be perfect for you. 2 thin coats for sure. This polish was so fun, so deep and vampy. I love that the base is much darker than what I'm usually drawn to during the summertime, but it still has this fun aqua blue strip from the magnetic pull to it. So I feel like this would be a nice polish to wear on like a rainy, cloudy day in the summertime or even in the springtime, because it's as dark as it is, it still has that hint of lightness in the center if you magnetize, that way. I know some people like the velvet look, which I can't achieve. I need to figure out how to do that, but it's a beautiful polish nonetheless. Pictured are 2 coats of Jen & Barry's Mind Melt with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Night Owl Lacquer, and this is Heart of a Dying Star, priced at $13, and there is no cap, and it's inspired by collapsing stars. So this one is a clear base filled with a red reflective glitter pigment, black metallic flakes, and indigo violet red shifting crystal chameleon flakies. So lots of fun going on in this polish. I built this one up in 2 coats. I could have done 3, but I actually liked how it looked built up in 2 coats. Even with 3 coats, I'm not really certain if you'd get that full sort of opaque look, which this polish is definitely not meant to give you that look. I thought this was stunning. The glow was beautiful. You have lots of different things in here. You have the reflective pigment, you have flakies, different sorts of flakies, so the chameleon and the metallic black flakies. This one was so beautiful. It's like, it really does look like collapsing stars, because it just looks like glowy, sparkly stars just like floating in like a clear pond, if that makes any sense. It is beautiful. This is definitely going to dry down textured, so you want to use a glitter smoother and then a glossy top coat over it. Honestly, I would just keep it to 2 coats and rock it that way. I think it's stunning that way. Pictured are 2 coats of Night Owl Lacquer, Heart of a Dying Star with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Sweet and Sour Lacquer, and this is Clowning Around, priced at $13, and there's a cap of 500 bottles. It's inspired by killer clowns from outer space. It's a multi-chrome shift with shifting shades of teal, purple, blue, pink, and copper. This one is definitely one of those polishes where you put the first coat on, you're like, what is this going to give me? What am I going to get from this? But the more I polished my nails, the more I was in love with this polish. I built it up in 2 coats. I think long or short nails, 2 to 3 coats is just going to depend on your preference. You can sort of see a little bit of nail line here, but it's just because we're super close. From far away, you're not even going to notice that. This has beautiful shifts. I needed to show you a different photo because looking at it, you're not seeing the true like shifts, like when you look straight down or even during the swatch either. But in real life, in person, it has all of those stunning shifts that you see in the bottle. I lost the footage of my typical hand and bottle shot, but I still had this video, so I wanted to show you all. But you can see the gorgeous shifts. You can see the teal and the purple. It is beautiful. Pictured are 2 coats of Sweet and Sour Lacquer, Clowning Around with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have BCB Lacquers, and this is One Giant Leap for Otter Kind, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 500 bottles. Look at that magnetic pull, super strong. It's inspired by the BCB Lacquers mascot, which is Bean the Space Otter. It is a lightly tinted multi-chrome magnetic, shifting pink, orange, gold, green, with green blue flakes and blue hex glitters. I love these sorts of kitchen sink polishes. They're my favorite to wear. Now, I only did 2 coats here. Looking back, I could have possibly done 3, but because the magnetic pull is super, super strong, but I think it looked pretty well, like on the full mani with just the 2 coats. I think long or short nails, 2 to 3 coats is just going to depend on your preference and, you know, what you see on the nail and how you're feeling that you're painting, you're polishing. But this is stunning. I love the addition of the blue hex glitters. I think it's like it's not supposed to be there, but it is, and it's glorious in here. It just adds into the addition of like the space theme, because those hex glitters just look like little tiny planets in a galaxy, in a colorful galaxy on the nails. This is definitely different than a lot of the polishes that I have in my collection. I think it's a beautiful polish. I can see this one definitely being a popular one on everyone's wish list for sure. Because of all of the fun things in this polish, you're definitely going to want to use a glitter smoother and then a glossy top coat just to give you that nice plump look. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers, One Giant Leap for Otter Kind, with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Cuticula, and this is extraterrestrial. This is priced at $13.50, and there is no cap, and it's inspired by extraterrestrials. This is a deep green jelly base loaded with orange, red, green, gold, large particle shifting shimmer, which is mind-blowing because when I was swatching this, I could have sworn I was like swatching a flaky polish, but this is just large particle shimmer, which is, whoa, like those are really large particle shimmers. Anyways, I built this one up in 3 coats and it was absolutely stunning. I think long or short nails, 3 coats is going to work best for you. If you love these sorts of deep green, swampy, ugly, pretty colors, you are absolutely going to fall in love with this polish. The shifts are glorious. Look at that. You can see like the lime green, which doesn't even call for lime green like in the description, but I see a lime green, I see red, I definitely see the orange and the gold. This is beautiful. This is definitely one of those polishes where it is worth that 3rd coat for sure to give you this beautiful polish. I can't wait to wear this on my nails again. Pictured are 3 coats of Cuticula extraterrestrial with a glossy top coat. Now we are moving on to Dom Polish, and this is Infinite Void, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 600. So you have another magnetic polish. There's lots of magnetic polishes this month for polish pickup. This one is inspired by space dust and twinkling stars. It is a black jelly base with silver magnetic effect, so green, teal, shifting shimmer, and assorted ultra hollow glitters. This is definitely giving me space vibes for sure, with just the like grayish sort of black base we have working here. It is beautiful. I ended up building this one up in 2 coats, and I thought that was okay for my shorter nails. I think long or short nails, 2 to 3 coats is going to work best for you. It's going to depend on your preference and how long, honestly, you hold the magnet on your nail. This one is an array of all sorts of colors, and I love it. I love the green and the teal. I love that silver magnetic strip. I honestly didn't think I was going to love so many magnetic polishes because usually I don't, but they're all so beautiful this month and really don't require a lot of magnet holding, which is always a plus in my mind. I love the assortment of assorted hollow glitters in here. In the bottle, they look much bigger than they do on the nail, but I'm not mad at that. I think it does a great job of playing with the inspiration for this polish. So, you know, the twinkling stars. It is a lovely polish, and with the glitters in here, they're not going to dry down super textured, but you can definitely benefit from a glitter smoother and then a glossy top coat just to get a nice plump juicy effect. Pictured are 2 coats of Dom Polish Infinite Void with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have DRK Nails. Welcome, DRK Nails, to the channel. This one is called Hooked on a Feline, priced at $13, and there's a cap of $400. Another gorgeous magnetic polish we have here. This one is inspired by the music from Peter Quill's mixtapes, The Guardians of Galaxy. And it is described as a very strong magnetic with a mix of chameleon, red, bronze, green magnetic, and aurora blue, purple metallic micro flakes. That's a lot. And holy moly, the magnetic pull is definitely strong. I think this is actually maybe my first time trying a polish from DRK Nails. I think I may own a handful, maybe a couple, but haven't gone through actually painting my nails with them. I was very, very impressed with the formula, very impressed with the magnetic pull. I mean, look at here. You can see that it is a very prominent strip. You have those beautiful colors in there. You have the red, you have the bronze. I see a little bit of yellow as well. I love how the base is still super sparkly and how it isn't so, how should I say this? Like patchy, the base. You know, when you have a super strong magnetic polish, not that a polish tends to be more patchier, but you know, you get that pull in the center of the nails or wherever you have the magnet holding. So sometimes that's why you need an additional coat, like a third coat, to even out that base. But I didn't need that one with this. I didn't need that additional coat with this one. Everything just blended so well together. It is a stunning polish. Pictured are 2 coats of DRK Nails hooked on a feline with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Glisten Glow, and this is Omega Centauri. Am I saying that right? I hope so. But this one's priced at $13.50, and there is no cap, and it's inspired by the globular cluster in the constellation of Centaurus, which I think I'm saying that right. So it is the largest known cluster in the Milky Way. It has an estimated 10 million stars. I like that inspiration. This one is a black cherry polish with brown undertones, added hollow flakes, and a star cluster of gold shimmer. Another gorgeous polish. This one built up beautifully in just 2 coats. Not surprised. Glisten Glow always has an amazing formula. I think long or short nails, 2 coats is going to work best for you. I love the addition of the gold shimmer. It really warms up this polish. I mean, I know you have the brown undertones, which I feel like brown can sort of sometimes lean in a little bit on the warmer side. So you're adding in this gold shimmer, which I'm not really the biggest fan of polishes that have a lot of gold shimmer, but when it's added in strategically, or if you have it with a certain base or a certain color, then you know I can rock with it. And I feel like this gold shimmer has definitely been placed in strategically. The hollow flakies make it super sparkly. It is beautiful. I love brown polish. This one definitely is going to be worn in the fall time, maybe even in the winter. I'm a seasonal polish wearer, so my polishes tend to be worn during certain seasons, not all the time, but most of the time. Pictured are 2 coats of Glisten Glow Omega Centauri with the glossy top coat. Next up, we have Jior Couture, and this is Celestial Goddess, priced at $13.75, and there is no cap, and it's inspired by a celestial goddess. This one is a thermal, so it's a dusty indigo when cool to a galactic berry pink when warm. It is a jelly, so it has red copper chameleon flakes, a touch of silver reflective glitter, and topped with a fiery interstellar red gold copper shimmer. I built this one up in 2 coats. I think long or short nails, because this is a jelly polish, 2 to 3 coats is going to work best for you depending on your preference. I am loving the addition of that silver reflective glitter. I love reflective glitter anyways. I think it's just the right amount to give it that beautiful sparkle. Here it is in its colder state. It is this beautiful, like dusty sort of blue purple. I love it. I love that a lot of these polishes have lots of components in them. Definitely my sort of polish pickup for this month. I love polishes that have everything thrown into them. I just think it's fun. I don't know. I just love it. I love lots of components in my polishes. But this one is definitely one of those polishes where if you want to feel cute and fun, definitely throw it on. The thermal isn't, I don't want to say it isn't strong. What's the right word? it's not as contrasting because you have this lighter sort of pink, and then when it's cold you have this dustier like purple indigo sort of shade. So it's not gonna like transition very boldly. Yeah, that's the word, very boldly. But if you want something fun and pretty, I think this is definitely for you. Pictured are 2 coats of Jior Couture Celestial Goddess with a glossy top coat. And because of the reflective glitter, you do want to use a glitter smoother and then your glossy top coat because it is going to dry down textured. Next up, we have Nailed It, and this is Lord Nibbler. Welcome, Nailed It, to the channel. This one is inspired by, it's priced at $13 and capped at 300 bottles. It's inspired by Leela and Lord Nibbler from Futurama. And Lord Nibbler is a turquoisey, I don't know if I say that right. I'm not saying that right. I don't know if that's even, I mean, it has to be a word, but a turquoise teal base with red, gold, and pink purple crystal flakies. Oh my goodness. Nailed It, and the flaky polishes are just fantastic. I mean, I had to stop and screenshot this because look at that brush. The flakies are large and in charge, and I am all for it. I built this one up in 3 coats. It is more of the like jellier sort of base. So long or short nails, you're definitely going to want to do 3 coats unless you're looking for something super sheer and you want to do the 2 coats. This is jam-packed with all those beautiful, beautiful flakies. Oh my goodness. I don't even like baby blue sort of shades, but because of all of these gorgeous flakies in here, I'm obsessed. You see pink, you see purple, orange, yellow, gold. It is stunning. Nailed It and their flaky polishes are so beautiful. If you haven't tried Nailed It, this is your sign to give this one a shot if you are a fan of this shade. Pictured are 3 coats of Nailed It Lord Nibbler with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Pahlish, and this is Space Jam, priced at $14, and there's a cap of 250 bottles. It's inspired by the movie Space Jam. It is a cool-toned plum packed with glowing electric blue violet shimmer. It is definitely glowing, and it is definitely electric. I built this one up in 2 coats. Looking back now, I probably could have done a 3rd coat, but when you see it on the full hand swatch, you're going to be like, oh, you know what, 2 coats is good. So I think long or short nails, 2 to 3 coats is it's just going to depend on your preference. But you see right here, this is just 2 coats and it is beautiful. And you're not, like, it looks like I have a bald patch in certain areas. That is not the case. That is just the pigment because of the glow. That's just the pigment. I do not have any bald patches. It just looks like it is, but it's not, trust me. This is such a stunning polish. The glow is magnificent. I feel like this would definitely be great to use as a base and then add something like sparkly over top, just to even bring out more of that beautiful blue violet shimmer. It is glorious. Pictured are 2 coats of Pahlish Space Jam with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Polished for Days, and this is Hey Mercury, Can You Not? It's priced at $13.50, and there is no cap. Originally, I didn't know that this was a magnetic polish when I swatched it, so you're going to see me swatch it with no magnet, and then I will show you afterwards what it looks like with a magnet. This one is inspired by Mercury in retrograde. It is a deep berry purple red base with a strong red orange gold multi-chrome shimmer and a matching red orange gold magnetic shimmer. I think this looks honestly stunning even when you don't magnetize it. The glow factor, the shimmer, the sparkle is stunning. If you love red nails, if you love red polish, you're gonna love this one. I love polishes that are like a red orange tone. This definitely is one. If you like more of the cooler sort of reds, probably not going to fall in love with this one, but I'm sure you can appreciate it because it is stunning. I see the red and the orange and the gold for sure. Now over here, my nails are much shorter because it was way after the fact that I realized it. So I had given myself a mani and cut everything down. But you can see here that it does pull to a matching red orange gold magnetic strip. I think if I would have left the magnet on for a little bit longer, I usually don't keep it on for that long, maybe like a minute or a little bit less than a minute. But I think if I would have kept it on much longer, I probably would have got a more stronger pull. Keep in mind, it is matching to the base, so it isn't going, I don't think it's going to be super, super strong anyways, or super prominent, I should say, but it definitely gives you that nice sort of like, I don't want to say cat eye, maybe, yeah, like a cat eye, like a glowing cat eye effect. It is beautiful either way you decide to wear it, magnetized or not. Pictured are 2 coats of Polish for Days, Hey Mercury, Can You Not, with the glossy top coat. Next up is Rogue Lacquer. This is Moonstone, priced at $13.50, and there is a no cap. This one is inspired by the actual moonstone, like the actual gem stone, and then Moon Rock itself. It's a creamy grayish base with a strong blue purple shimmer. This is beautiful. I love the glow factor in this polish. For such a light shade, it builds up wonderfully in just 2 coats. I think long or short nails, 2 coats is going to work fine for you. The glow that you're seeing in person, I mean on the screen, is what you're going to see in person. I didn't have any sort of like running issues, no sort of patchiness. Sometimes with these sorts of shades, you want to work in thinner coats to build up your base, but I didn't find that I needed to do thin coats, and I didn't find that I needed to do a 3rd coat. I thought this was a beautiful polish. I love gray. I always loved gray. It's actually one of my favorite colors. So you have that grayy sort of base, and then of course you throw any sort of glowing blue, like Aurora shimmer or any sort of shimmer in there, and it's just gonna look stunning. Like the glowing shimmer is what makes any polish, like, in my opinion. And this is just beautiful. I think it's perfect for all year round, any season, and honestly for any sort of like event as well. Pictured are 2 coats of Rogue Lacquer Moonstone with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Zombie Claw, and this is Space Gray Zombies, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 250 bottles. It's inspired by a space gray picture of Saturn. The description is a space gray base loaded with electric blue, green shimmer, and hollow flakies. This one built up beautifully for me in 2 coats. I think longer nails, you may want to do a 3rd coat to reach fuller opacity. There is a lot of shimmer in this polish, and it does a pretty good job of hiding nail line. I mean, I only have a little bit to hide, but it did a pretty good job in my opinion. The green shimmer in here is beautiful. The shifts you can see along the perimeters of my nails. You have that sort of like gray purple sort of shift. The hollow flakies, it doesn't say that there's various sizes, but I feel like I'm seeing different size hollow flakies, and I think it does play into the theme of space in the inspiration for sure. And of course, I love the glow. I think this is a perfect polish to wear any season, honestly. Pictured are 2 coats of Zombie Claw Space Gray Zombies with a glossy top. All right, I had a very tough time narrowing down, which one of these would be like my favorite. It was tough, so I have like 5. The first one being Night Owl Lacquer. This is Heart of a Dying Star. I kind of surprised myself with this one. I mean, I love the formula and I love the color. The glow is what really got me. Usually glitter bombs like this I'm not a big fan of because of like the sparsity of the nail, but something about this was just stunning. It built up beautifully. The color against my skin tone was beautiful, and I was okay with leaving it at the minimum of like 2 coats. Next one is from Polished for Days. This one is, what is this one called? Hey Mercury, Can You Not? Stunning. I didn't realize that this was magnetic polish, so I swatched it not realizing it, and I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful. And then I magnetized it and I was like, this is even more beautiful. Gorgeous. If you love red polish, you will absolutely love this one. BCB Lacquers. This is One Giant Leap for Outer Kind, or I guess you can say for otter kind. Stunning. I'm surprised that I'm loving magnetic polishes. I usually don't go for those sorts of polishes, but this was beautiful. Definitely outer space vibes for sure. The magnetic pull was just stunning. Cuticula, oh my gosh, extraterrestrial. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like, I love these sorts of colors. I love these swampy, beautiful greens. Oh my God, like, I mean, I guess like if I really, really had to choose just one, it'd probably be this one, but it was beautiful. It is beautiful. And then Sweet and Sour Lacquer. This is Clowning Around. It is a darker polish, obviously, and usually I go for much lighter colors in, you know, seasonally, so we're going into spring, summer, but the shifts on this polish was beautiful. It built up fantastically. I love how it's such a dark base, but you can still see all of the shifts within it. Sometimes with darker polishes that have, like, you know, darker pigment shifts or just shifts in general, it's really hard to pick those up, but this one, beautiful, loved it. All right, that is all that I have to share with you today. Let me know what you are planning on wish listing, what you are like 100% definitely getting. I always like to know what people are thinking of. Haven't been on the website just yet, but I will be. I will check it out and see what's available and start getting my wish list together. Last month, I actually didn't create a wish list. Actually, I did. I had one polish on there, maybe two. Can't really remember what they were, honestly, but I ended up not getting anything, which I usually always get something from Polish Pickup. So that was a first for sure, but we'll see this month. I'm not sure. Thank you again, and I'll see you in my next one.